So today I'm going to make pav. That's what the Goans and the Bombay people call it, pav. But that's bread, the bakery bread. So for that I'm going to take 1 teaspoon of sugar. To that I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. Okay, this is warm milk. I'm going to add 1 cup of milk and I'm going to stir it till the sugar melts. Now the sugar has melted. Okay, a little crystals is okay, it will melt. Sugar has melted. Now to this I'm going to add the same spoon, 1 teaspoon and a little bit of yeast. I'm going to give it a stir and let it sit for 15 minutes. Good stir and let it sit for 15 minutes. Now I'm going to make it out of wheat flour and not maida. So the same cup measurements, 2.5 cups of wheat flour. I'm going to wait for our yeast to get activated. It has just been set. The sugar is added to it so that it activates the yeast. Okay, to this I'm going to add a little salt, about half a teaspoon, because you are also going to add butter. So butter also has salt. If you are adding unsalted butter, then please add a little more salt. So now you can see my yeast has risen. Okay, it has fermented. So I'm going to start kneading the dough. This is 2 cups of wheat flour with salt. I'm going to make this masala bun. So this is about 1.5 teaspoon of chili flakes. Again, a teaspoon of methi, fenugreek leaves, kasturi methi. I have already roasted and kept this, so I'm just going to crush it and put it here. And now let's start kneading the dough. This is going to be a very sticky dough, but that's the way it has to be. Okay, so we'll add a little bit of yeast at a time. Please use your fingers. I think they are the cleanest compared to any spoon. So you will knead it little by little. If you need to add a little more milk, you can. I have also taken wheat flour, so wheat flour will absorb a little more milk. Okay, so anyway, my yeast is mixed in this, and now I'm going to add a little more. I'll warm up a little more milk. So I've got another cupful of milk. Let us see how much of milk will be required. This is going to be a sticky dough. This is a sticky dough, but that's how it has to be. Knead it till all the flour comes together. Keep kneading it. It has to be sticky and keep kneading it for at least 10 minutes. So I've been kneading it for at least 7 to 8 minutes now. Now I'm going to put in a teaspoon of butter. And I'm going to mix this butter in for the remaining 3 minutes. You can see the dough is getting nice and soft. Just take out all the butter which has gone to the sides. So now my dough is nice. You can see it's very nice and firm. Okay. So I'm going to keep it, close it with a damp cloth. These are wet tissues, wet cloth tissues. Lots of memory into this tissues. And I'm going to cover it and let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes. So while my dough is resting, I prepare the pan in which I'm going to bake the bread. So this is a pan. I'm going to heat it with salt. I'm just going to cover the base of it with salt. You can reuse this salt, so keep it after it has been done, just as I have. And this goes on the gas for 20 minutes to get preheated. Meanwhile, our dough will also start fermenting. So I'm going to keep this on the gas on medium flame for 10 minutes to 15 minutes to get hot. Okay, now this is the exact cover that I have for this. And this, can you see this? This vent has to be closed. Either you put a toothpick or you take a small piece of foil and stuff it in. Okay, so I'm putting it to the gas. See you in a while. Meanwhile, we'll prepare the pan in which I'm going to bake the bread. So I'm just greasing it with butter all around. It's homemade bread. Your family is going to have it. So why do kanjusgiri on the butter? Enjoy. You don't bake bread. You don't bake bread every day, right? So enjoy the bread and make it so nicely that your family wants you to bake every day. So I have greased this nicely. I'm going to let it sit again for some time. The dough has risen. You can see it's become spongy. Okay, so we knead it again. Now I'm going to divide this dough it's good to do this folding method. That is, you pull it apart, turn it in, pull it apart, turn it in, pull it apart, turn it, pull it, and tuck it underneath. Pull it, tuck it underneath. This incorporates the air inside your dough and it gets more fluffy. So here, now I'm going to divide this. I don't know how many bread that, but let me do this. Okay. Okay, so now I will take one part of it and I'm doing it a little bit different now. This is my baked, so I'm going to take this one part of it, open it up and stuff a piece of cheese inside and then roll it up. I'm going to keep it again to rise. Same thing, open it up, stuff a piece of cheese and roll it up. And here is the last one. Actually, I should have put mozzarella cheese, but I don't have it. It's okay. Some cheese. Now again, I'm going to cover this with the same damp cloth and rest it for another 10 to 15 minutes. Meanwhile, at this time, I'm going to put my gas on with my vessel so that the vessel gets heated for 20 minutes by the time this will come up. So now my dough had been sitting for nearly 15 to 20 minutes and you can see how they have risen. Okay, now to this I'm going to add sprinkle some sesame seeds. Oh, it's so soft and nice. Some sesame seeds here and there. Yeah, I think I need to put a little here. Give it a slight press so that it, yeah. And I'm going to add some pumpkin seeds also. Who adds pumpkin seeds? Does anyone add pumpkin seed? I don't know, but I'm adding it. Fine. I want to add it, so I add it. Just for show. Yeah. So now on this, this is milk. The balance from, I'm going to brush it with milk. Okay, and I'm going to put it into the oven, into my makeshift oven. So here it has become hot. Okay, I put this cloth so that there is totally no evaporation of any. Now it's quite hot, it's quite hot. Okay, so I'm going to leave this in the center. I'm going to cover it with this cloth because this cloth will allow all the heat to stay in. It's nice and tight. Ouch. Yep, nice and tight. I've put this here also for the, so now I'm going to let it be on medium flame for at least 20 minutes. I will check it after 15 minutes to know the results. So now I'm going to open it and see. It's been baking for about 25 minutes. Yep, it's nice and spongy, soft. Now I'll remove it out. So I removed it out from there. Now I'm going to liberally add butter to this. Yeah. And I'm going to take a damp cloth again, squeeze out all the water and just cover it for 5 minutes. This is special napkin cloths given by somebody really special. So I will let it be here for 5 minutes. So let me unmold the bread. And here it is. Soft, spongy. Breakfast ready. The melted cheese. I hope you all will try this. It is really yummy. Homemade. Let me taste it. Wow. But I need really yummy. I need a little more butter. It's yummy.
Cheryl, I believe you have baked this bread. This looks wonderful and
Open,
yummy.
yes,
and
try it out.
I'm just, it is a bit heavy, I understand, because it is made of wheat, but it is not so fluffy like maida bread. But in terms of health, it is very good because it is atta. It is wholesome and
Okay,
it gives
so now
you
you taste it.
it gives you a very good feeling in the morning. It's a perfect for good breakfast. Now let me eat how it tastes. It smells also very good, very nicely baked, and on top I can see there are some sesame seeds and you have made it looking yum. Wonderful, very nicely done. I'll be very happy if I spread some oregano. We can use our own seasonings.
Yes.
And
this is the first time I tried it. I will definitely.
It's wonderful. It's very well
Thank
done.
you.